The debate is over. Gojo is better than Sukuna in hand-to-hand combat. Already the Sukuna fans are upset, but I broke this down mathematically, so you can't argue against it. And there is zero bias here because I reread the entire battle and logged every single punch, block, kick, grapple, and dodge. I then tallied all of that up, got the percentages, and Gojo still came out on top. And it's not as close as you guys think it is. And keep in mind, these numbers are actually missing half of the battle, but I'll explain that in the end. Sukuna threw out 13 different punches or kicks and only connected with one of them. Yes, only landed one clean blow the entire battle. This gives him a striking percentage of 7.6%, or if you want to round up to be generous, 8%. Now, in that battle, he did block and or dodge 16 of Gojo's attacks, and for grapples, every time somebody grappled anybody, it was effective. Now, Gojo threw out 20 different attacks, and in those attacks, landed 4 of them, giving a striking percentage of 20%. In the battle, he also blocked 12 of Sukuna's 13 different attacks, which is why Sukuna only connected 1. And then effectively grappled Sukuna 3 different times. So not only is Gojo's defense better because he blocked and dodged more of Sukuna's attacks on a percentage basis, but his striking is also better because he also had a higher percentage of the amount of strikes that actually landed on his opponent. And the reason I said this is missing half the battle is because we don't even know what was happening inside the domain expansions we couldn't see. But what we do know is the first time Sukuna's domain broke, he had a hole in his chest, which more than likely means that Gojo punched that hole into his chest. But to keep it fair and unbiased, I didn't even include things I couldn't see like that. And even more so, I gave Sukuna a higher advantage because I didn't include any of the attacks, punches, blocks, or dodges that Gojo was doing in the 3v1 against Mahoraga, Agito, and Sukuna. I just kind of threw those stats out because at the end of the day, there were multiple other factors like coming from different areas, using abilities, Agito not being as strong as Mahoraga or Sukuna, and other things like that. But if you include all of that too, the 3v1 and hands that Gojo was throwing to everybody, his stats would look even better. And that's because Mahoraga only landed 1 attack on Gojo, and that's because it caught him by surprise. Which, fun fact, the only attack that Sukuna actually lands on Gojo is one that catches him by surprise because Gojo was unaware that he could use domain amplification and domain expansion at the same time. But whenever Gojo knew that Sukuna could bypass Infinity because he was using amplification outside the domain, he didn't land 1 single attack on him. This is unarguable. These are hard statistics, hard math that shows that Gojo is better at hand-to-hand combat than Sukuna. And yet, all Sukuna fans are going to argue the exact same thing. When Sukuna was playing on the defensive, he wasn't even trying. The only reason that he actually got any hits at all is because he was holding back so he could adapt to Infinity. Which is crazy to me because even if we were to use that logic, he could adapt to Infinity without getting hit so many times. But guess what? He didn't because Gojo's just better at hand-to-hand combat. And again, that doesn't even include the 3v1 where Gojo was dodging every single attack until Mahoraga cut off his arm and they jumped him when he had 1 arm only. So like I said in the beginning, the debate is over. You can have 4 arms all you want, but the difference in fighting capabilities and hand-to-hand combat between Gojo and Sukuna is night and day.